not good.
Oh yeah, you're all level 17, so I would like your stats, please.
Right.
Give me a
Nothing
second.
big.
Who's
Let's.
that?
Yeah, give me a second. I just need to actually.
Yeah, I'll bring up my character sheet. I think I gave you mine, but I don't know if you ever put them down, so I'll put it up here.
Oh my god, I can hear echoes of
Okay.
myself.
Julie has.
Give me a second. Give me a second. I'm doing some stuff.
Stop it, Julie. We know you're ready to brag.
Of course, Julie's ready to brag. Also, for.
I'm not ready to brag. I just have my character sheet in front of me.
Okay, so
And
how
I'm
much
prepared.
HP you got? How much HP you got?
HP 460.
See?
Yeah, let's go. 460. And AC is
39.
39. And you are currently 17 levels barred, right?
18 levels bard, 15 levels wizard.
Yeah.
And see, now Julie is officially the new meat shield.
Balance.
Oh, here's the thing, Warren. One is not balanced when they literally are a god. You know. So who else?
Look, I stopped thinking about balance after the fact that I was spared from dying multiple times. I was just like, you know what? I'm here for the ride.
Oh my fucking
doesn't
God.
matter. I don't get to decide when this is over. I just get. I'm here.
God.
It's a matter of just when he finally gets tired of Terry being in existence.
Give me a second.
It's not a matter of stats anymore. It's just a matter of fate decides. The motto is don't be a complete idiot and accept fate controls it all, and then you're stuck. That's what it goes to.
You see, the balance comes from Julie is a support character. So what else can I do but support?
I have said this both. I don't actually. I'm not sure if I said this to you, but I've said this to other people. I said if it was anyone who's gonna get mythic level 4, way before any of us, I might as well have been the support character. I would have felt like a guilty. I would have felt incredibly guilty if I had gotten anything like that. Not because you should feel guilty, Julie. I want to clarify here. Because I already command the battlefield enough. I don't need more. I'm happy with what I feel.
Okay, so
I feel
Warren,
wrong.
level 17. Let's go.
I have HP 213,
Let's go.
AC 29,
Let's go. And Terry, my boy.
Alright, HP AC. Let me had it by different tab.
Oh yeah, also sorcerer or paladin.
I did end up going sorcerer.
Yeah.
I know. Unpredictable, right?
Yeah, pretty.
334 HP points.
How much?
334. Remember, you gave us a 70. You gave us a 37 buff to HP in general.
Yep. So AC 30 still?
I'll have to double check. I have to recalculate because mine's still without armor at the moment, so I have to do the math again. Apologies.
God, yeah, it's fine.
It won't take long.
Yeah, and what's your AC in HP? Because you're level 17.
17.
258.
Ooh.
And AC is 20.
But
258.
all right.
Nice. Oh boy.
And it's considered full plays. 18. We plus shield.
I'm just eating very good dumplings. Don't mind me.
Yeah. Fair enough. All right. Base. I have 23. Usually, when I have my spells up, it's around 30 because haste and shield. So 23 base though. There you go.
How much for free?
33. 23 base. 23. Spells is what gets me up to 30. Because haste gives you 2, and then shield gives you 5.
Okay. So yeah, with
It's
that.
remarkable armor, but it's still plate. No AC bonus here.
Okay, so yeah, session 32. Session 32. No map yet because I'm not done with it. I don't know if you're gonna still be relevant next session.
We'll see.
Mm-hmm. So I gotta ask one simple question that I ask every single week. You ready?
What could that be? I guess so.
Yeah.
Ready as I'm gonna be.
No, but let's take this as far as it will go.
Let me get just finish the final dumpling because it's fucking delicious.
Understandable. You know what? I kind of regret having that much pizza because I feel the weight of all the carbohydrates drop. You
So
be fine after I feel for my character's life again. I'll come back.
last we left off, yeah, you were just kind of just chilling in the city of Haprona, the second largest city of the Platinum Seas. Again was with Hannah, and Terry was with Tabby. Essentially, I guess one was seeking the other, but eventually the pursuit stopped as Terry kind of, I guess,
Role
convinced
reversal.
or convinced that in a city of mages, probably nothing bad is gonna happen. And you kind of set her mind at ease and kind of made embarrassed of herself, of her actions. Yeah. Julie with Callie went to the library and essentially tried to see if they get some kind of like, reference point, some inspiration to how mock the Archmagi Kyrian in some sort of capacity to essentially bait him out. You found some tomes, some books that depict his, I guess, past doings about his political career, whatnot. Warren was called to investigate a book that had nothing in it. That was definitely not a very
Empty, completely,
ominous
nothing to it.
looking orb that was just glaring at Warren as he
Just
glared
a
at
waste
it
of time.
back. Yeah, Worm then decided to just travel through the library a bit, see what's good. Found a book about a specific individual that he has gathered a diary from way, way back a few weeks ago, and came to some sort of conclusion that the diary at the basement and I guess the recounts of the Palm Seas about Shall Carry might have something to do with the individual by the name of Two that you all met a few weeks ago as well. You all then decided to go somewhere for dinner, try to find the most expensive place, which of course you're all directed to the Red Mistress Gathering. A very interesting place where instead of regular seatings, you get to sit in a particular place in a particular time. And you got these very nice planes. Very expensive dishes later. Terry acquired wish spells, and you all kind of ditched on Warren to pay the bill.
Hey, I cut the bill with him.
Some.
Almost half.
Yeah.
I'm just bad at math.
Then Warren had a very nice conversation that made him question his magic. Not magic. He questioned his own sanity. By an individual named Zircon Reed, who foretold about the encounter in the prison and essentially do not care about anybody except for the task. And got essentially covered for the entire party. As you all kind of went back to your, I guess, lodgings that you got and settle up for the night, Terry, you got one final guest when you made your way back to the
An ambush.
an ambush, if you will, which was Tabby. Quite excited and
Prize
timid.
round.
Yeah. But yeah, technically, last we left off was at that, and nothing happened.
Faded to black.
Yes, nothing happened, and everybody takes a long rest. Congratulations, you're all alive. Nobody's throats have been slit in the earliest of mornings. But Terry, my boy, I would like you to roll me a con save as I get the music bot working for some fucking reason.
Alright, let me just see if I can remember how to use this bot.
It's only been a week. Calm down.
It's been a long week.
True.
It's been a very wrong week.
Maybe.
Yeah, I had like 3 10+ work hour days in a row. I'm spent, man. But let's see. Alright. On save, so that's a normal con without armor is 22, if I remember correctly. So that's a 32. Oh wait, not plus 22, idiot. Sorry, that's my score, not my modifier. It's 10 plus 6.
Oh my
So that's
god.
16.
You
That was my
reroll,
score, not my
reroll
modifier.
again. Reroll again.
Oh, you just want me to fail this?
Oh no, you would fail if you get this now.
Oh, okay, I'll take it. Take the mercy. That's worse.
Oh my god.
Give it back. Take back the mercy.
Take
You can
that.
have it. I don't need.
Yeah. So yeah. What is everybody else doing? Julie, Warren, and Gen. Terry, we're gonna get to see you, but yeah. You're all in your comfortable lodgings, each massive room for each individual person. You're kind of just waking up on your own ambition. Nobody like bangs on the door or nothing. Relatively
Which
peaceful.
brings the question: how thick are the walls?
Shut up. Very thick. Well, magically
Thank you.
enhanced thick.
Thank you.
I'll ask, because you said I didn't leave that building for like hours.
It's been
when
like
I do leave, is it just like day?
No. It's like at the point where you all entered was like about 7ish, 8ish p.m. Most people, like all of them, scattered about like 9:30, and you kind of basically went out at like 11.
Okay.
Yeah, so it wasn't like it was like a good hour or so, unlike the rest, because time and this stuff, wibbly wobbly. So
Wimey.
yeah, but yeah, eventually, unless Warren decided to not go to his, I guess.
Oh no, I'd head
Going
back. I
rogue.
just want to tell if I actually noticed anything. Which, if it's only like an hour, probably not.
No, everything is quiet. But yeah, morning dawns on you all except for Terry yet. What is everybody doing?
Night's dawning on me.
I would send a message to Vorum. So, how many dishes did you have to clean?
I kind of deliberately probably would ignore that message for like about 10 minutes, and then and eventually I'd be like, okay, I might as well just respond to him.
Fashionably late.
Not as many as you would have liked, probably.
Oh, you're a pool sport. Okay. So, how was your morning?
Okay, all right. Although I do think we need to come up with a bit of plan of action. Although it's been quite a nice time we've spent here, I am getting a little bit concerned about the end of the world and madness and whatnot. I think we should all probably just meet up briefly to discuss when and how we're going to proceed.
Oh, that would definitely be a good idea. Let's see, what would be a good place to meet? Do you want to meet back at the library?
As long as you're not going to give me any more books with nothing in them, then yes, sure.
All right. Should I start gathering everyone, or can I leave that to you?
I'll go find them, alright.
All right. Well, me and Callie will be waiting.
Well, interestingly enough, on the first floor, as soon as you make your way, whoever is the first, you already see Hannah just on one of the chairs by the table, kind of interacting with the wisp, and all of a sudden, just a whole tea set just plops.
Tea time.
And then she kind of just grabs a bunch of muffins and just starts placing them next to the tea. Just starts to kind of have just a single breakfast to herself, I guess.
All right. I'd sit down and join her.
She kind of raises her cupcake as a greeting and kind of hands it to you.
The lifetime supply of cupcakes, you know. By a generous supplier.
I forgot. Did they buy like multiple different flavors, or is it all one flavor?
Several are of different berries, and apparently she's giving you with blueberries.
Okay. Yeah, I'll take a blueberry.
Yeah, it's you don't know where she got it, but it feels like it's just like a minute or so out of oven or so. Very fresh and very delicious nonetheless.
Oh, fresh baked. This is luxury lifestyle indeed. Thank you.
She kind of just nods. She doesn't speak because when she opens, it's not to speak. It's only to get more muffin into her mouth. Again, wait, what?
Oh, good. Never mind.
Again, is there anything you like to do?
No, I think he's still in his room, just going over his stuff right now, reading in his book.
Okay. So.
In that case, you're probably going to get... Vorum's going to probably come along and knock on the door. He's just going to go, I assume, just down the corridor. And I guess the first one is Gen, and then the next one's Terry. So yeah, again, you probably hear just like a little knock on the door. Outside,
Right.
Vorum's like, "Hello, you in there? You awake?"
Be out in a while.
Right. Okay. In that case, he'll go to the next room. Just making sure everyone's awake.
You knock, but there's no response.
Same thing.
Checks
Hello?
for the smell of blood.
Anyone in there?
No response.
Because I'm listening, can I roll a perception check?
Yeah, roll perception check.
Fair warning, Terry does canonically snore. So, Unless it's magically enhanced
No, no,
doors
no, no, no,
along
no,
with
no, I know. Okay. So, like, you kind of lean your ear against the door, listen for a few seconds, and you hear the infamous Terry snore, TM. But additionally, because you know that you're kind of
Either
related.
there's a dragon in there or he's snoring. Okay.
But
I can
with that
observe.
high enough perception, you can, it's super very quiet, and the only thing that you can hear is Terry, or so you thought. Mere moments after, you can hear something else, a yawn of sorts, but not a familiar yawn of Terry's. A lot more feminine.
Hmm.
Mhm.
Well, thing is, Vorum knows what he wanted. That he was going after.
Yeah.
Exactly. He's not
But-
exactly a subtle
But he's like,
person.
does Vorum believe he actually succeeded? This is either there's two scenarios. One, he succeeded, or two, he's about to get his throat slit.
More
So,
likely.
yeah, hang on. I'm just gonna roll a dice. If it's even, he thinks your throat's being slit.
Yeah. Don't you,
He's in danger.
don't you just yawn when
He's
you're
in
about
danger, I'm afraid. Okay. Vorum's gonna like put his hand on his weapon.
to.
Is
Okay.
the door locked? Is the
Yes.
door locked or just
Yes.
closed?
Locked.
I mean, do you actually think I could get the lock open? If I think
Time
he's
for-
about to be murdered?
Roll me sleight of hand with disadvantage because you're panicking. Because you're like not like yeah, I got time. No, it was like, oh my god, any moment.
I'm trying to get the jump
die
on
any minute
whoever
here.
is about to kill him.
Oh shit!
That's a 20.
Yeah, you kind of get your weapon. You kind of look around for your picklock, and surprisingly quickly, within like a few seconds, you just like, you know when you're panicking but you're doing everything just right. And yeah, you just kind of unlock the door. And how you gonna just kick it open or what?
Yeah, once I've kind of like very stealthily kind of unlocks the door,
Thank you.
then he's gonna just like, with a hand on his weapon, will give like a pause for a second, and then just swing it open, like weapon in hand.
Roll me a perception check.
Oh my god!
Do you want to see?
Is this with advantage since I have the mask or no?
Oh, wait, yeah, you don't need to roll then. I'm sorry.
I see everything.
So first thing what you see is Terry, basically starfish, on his back, sleeping loudly. But also, you see someone is using invisibility magic tucked next to him in the sheets, trying to hide, but failing miserably. Not because she did it poorly, but because you can see the aura invisibility around. So what you essentially see is, you essentially, from everybody else's perspective, it would look like just Terry sleeping, a bunch of like a handful of pillows and two, like, I guess sheets, and one of them looks like it's stuck like in an all specific shape. But from more, I was like, someone is there.
There's like a second of pause as Vorum like just stares. He sees that Terry is not dead or in the process of dying. The invisible person. Okay.
Plot twist, Terry died. but it just
He's
got back
going
up.
to stare directly at the person with invisibility. And then he's just, because again, he doesn't know what this is. Okay. he's just gonna kind of take us to a step or two into the room, like weapon pointed at the invisible person. Take like 2 steps to the left.
Okay.
And then like, he takes like 2 steps to the left, like so the door's open.
Uh-huh.
And then he just like flicks his weapon towards the door in like a "I'm giving you one chance to leave" gesture.
Terry, all of a sudden you have a immense pain to your side, as if like a handful of fingers just sink into your side. All of a sudden, Terry just wakes up.
Yeah, Terry sits up on the bed, looks around the room.
You don't see Tabby anywhere. You see what seems to be just an invisible spot that is covered by bed sheets to your left, and to your right you just see more with a weapon drawn.
It's not pointed at you, it's pointed like slightly to the side of you.
So Terry has his eyes like heavily squinted and like it's adjusting to not being closed. And he like looks around like very confused, looks at the door, notices about 3 seconds after that Vorum is actually there and he's just below eyesight level. It looks down. It looks further down. Is Terry wearing any clothing at this point?
No, the only thing that you consider clothing is your bed sheet.
Okay, alright. It looks back up. Need something?
I kind of glance at you out of the corner of my eye, and then I say, I don't know. Need something? I'm asking the invisible person.
And you can see, Terry, just looking to your left, that you see that there's like I guess lower left of your chest there's marks of nails, and one of those marks has like a tiny blood drip now coming. Someone wanted you awake, and you realize with your passive perception was very
That must
fucking
be
low.
painfully obvious. Then.
Yes, it's still gripping you.
Oh crap! I thought that was a dream. Terry remembering the night before, kind of coming to like, oh, I thought that was just a really good dream. Oh, oh that actually happened. I need a moment to, like you could like I'm not saying this stuff loud, but you could kind of see Terry's single mind.
Can I do an insight check? Because no offense to Terry, but Vorum's like
Terry's
yeah.
having a window.
I just want to see if he can like understand whether he thinks Terry is just being an oblivious idiot, or if he thinks Terry's genuinely like calm and everything's fine.
Roll me an insight check.
It's just both, honestly.
Oh god.
Oh, damn.
Don't worry, Terry, I'm gonna save you.
This is after
Yeah,
moments.
you kind of see a very uncharacteristic side of Terry. Terry seems to be very happy.
Out of your armor, holy shit.
Yeah, out of his
Serious
armor
must have happened.
and fucking
This is probably the
happy.
first time you've seen him without a shirt, let alone without armor.
Yeah.
Like,
It's after a few moments that's going on, then
Oh my god!
I emerge out the room.
Again, here's the commotion.
I'm like, what's going on?
Again, who also has true sight.
Oh,
I emerge out the room.
you see some sort of invisible humanoid creature under bed sheets, basically by Terry. Terry looks very happy and confused about this whole situation, also butt-ass naked.
Hang on, I would have.
So I just look, as I'm going past the door, I look in, I see this, I see Vorum pointing a sword, and I'm like,
Something's wrong with Terry. They got to him.
I'm like,
These assassins are
Yeah.
very tenacious.
Julie, you can overhear the conversation. You see Hannah's also like kind of nodding her head towards the conflict on the second floor.
So
Let me actually roll something. Oh my fucking god! She grabs the cup that she was drinking and grabs like a fresh muffin and just goes upstairs.
I'm
I
just
just kinda
standing
goes
in
on
the
and
door, and
Terry-
I'm just like, "So, you had a good night, Terry?" And I'm looking at the the invisible aura.
As Gen
does
says,
this
it
mean
kind of
Terry's
just-
also pointing his sword?
No. Well, no. Not his metal one.
He,
So,
not anymore. He's not pointing.
Oh my god.
But yeah, no, yeah. So Terry, like Gen saying that kind of reconnects the final dots in Terry's mind of what the heck happened the last 12-hour period of his life, and he's like, oh, realizes what the pain on his side is finally.
Oh my god.
Like, oh. Alright, and like noticing she's probably embarrassed as hell because he knows very well that both of them can see invisibly. He kind of gets up like, alright guys, you had enough. You got 5 minutes before the sheet comes off. I'm changing whether you leave or not.
You see Hannah just kind of walking the doorway, just kind of casually with a cup of mug, and
I put a hand up. Hannah, you might want to give your friend a moment.
Morgan look around and he's like, okay. I think it's fine. And he's gonna put the blade away.
Oh my god! This
Just
is
like rub his temples.
this is-
Like, this is too much.
This
I've only
true.
just got up 10 minutes ago.
This is fucking turning like the fucking American Pie fucking bit. Just everybody walks into the fucking room. Also, again, with your comment and Hannah's like a very interest, like, Terry.
Control the horny.
No. What do you mean control the horny? Let me just actually roll something.
Gosh darn it.
You take 4 points of piercing damage as you feel the grip tightening. Tabby is not having a very good time at the moment, and the only source of
I'm just gonna, if I can carry over my my insight, I'm gonna see like Terry wincing, and I'm just gonna look at those two, then back at the doorway, and then everyone
so you got
gathering. And I'm
yourself.
like, okay, I think false alarm. I think we heard something, and I kind of look again. I think we heard some. I think we should just be on our way now.
Oh my
Everything's fine. By the way, turn around, look at Terry. We're gonna have a talk in a couple of minutes. If you can prepare yourselves.
Yeah.
See you in a bit.
Okay, so to put it
See you in a bit.
Okay,
Gosh darn it, Morgan.
Okay. I just want to paint a perspective. The room is 20 by 20. Worm comes out with a blade drawn, looking at the thing. Terry wakes up. Then Gen walks in, makes a slight comment. Terry feels more pain. Julie, Callie, and of course Hannah overhears at the bottom. Arrived there. Hannah looks sheepishly, doesn't know because she's more innocent than all of you fuckers. Julie is the most devious, so she knows exactly what the fuck is going on. And now Terry is profusely bleeding on his side from embarrassment. As you're all just staring at...
Let's all just he's fine. Let's go.
Alright, let's give these two a moment to get decent.
Oh my god.
Say
Terry!
that, and, like Terry barely has a sheet over anything.
Terry takes more damage.
Yeah, you take additional 2 damage.
This is what I get for getting into a situation where only Julie would understand it.
Oh, Vorman stands it now, and he's trying to escape.
Ah.
Oh, completely understand what's going on. That's why he's been.
Okay.
Because he's in the middle of the room. He's like, right, let's go.
Yeah. So, you all leave, and then Hannah finishes her coffee, looks at you, Julie. What was that about? Julie,
goodness.
passive insight. She's an innocent girl. We're talking like actually innocent. What is your
I didn't know that was possible
response?
here.
I'll kind of lean down a little bit and pat her on the head. Oh, my friend Terry just had a very nice night, and, we felt like teasing him a little bit. But everything's good. No worries.
But she kind of looks at you a bit. But what did it kind of points at you again? What did he mean by my friend?
I'll kind of glare at again for a second.
The innocence.
Well, you see, when boys are alone for long periods of time.
Ah! So are you okay? I'm gonna not. You don't need to go specific, but I'm gonna say, are you gonna bring the truth, or are you gonna lie? You're
Lie.
gonna lie. Roll me, I guess, deception.
Disadvantage.
No.
This is-
No.
She's innocent. She would have no idea of anything else.
No, this is Julie's deception check, cause yeah. Also, you
Well,
forget.
not me helping. It's just I feel like it's an easy lie.
Yeah. No. I just want to know. Just yeah. She kind of nods. Yeah. And then she kind of goes back and just kind of eats another cookie.
Protect the innocence. There's so little left of it.
Harry, my boy. Harry.
Why do you have all these memes just at the ready for him? Where do
Yes.
you? Where's
He's
the
a
folder?
he's a chat. He's a chat. Don't worry about it. So, well, all of you are kind of departing and making your way downstairs. All of a sudden, Terry, the
Actual
familiar
assassin comes in.
surprise, an actual assassin.
It
yeah.
wasn't Tabby.
Yeah, but no. As soon as everybody walks like a good 50 feet away from the door, all of a sudden you just see the invisibility magic fade away as Tabby's to your left, kind of looking away on base, just like almost like she was looking forward away from everybody else, and she's like frozen in fear. And now she's still naked. She's very very embarrassed. And also, she's very angry as her gaze from fear to absolute fucking anger just flashes as she just glares at you.
See, so at this point, Terry is gonna start getting dressed, so he tosses the sheet over to her.
Oh my fucking god.
And it's hard to tell whether Terry is literally just oblivious to the angry stare or unaffected. Maybe. It's hard to tell.
Yeah. So
I'm
yeah.
not sure myself.
You kinda,
And he kinda just waits.
as you're dressing, she kinda just glares for you, but eventually she kinda takes a deep sigh and just starts to dress up herself. She says not a single word.
Not a single word.
Yeah. As you're all at the bottom, in the first floor, the wisp that was the kitchen essentially whispers you what you want for, I guess, food. And of course, Hannah explains that this is a cook wisp, if you will, a spirit of sorts. That essentially is a very popular, it's very expensive household item in the Platinum Seas. Yeah. Yeah, so as you're all, I guess, getting food provided by this wisp, are you actually gonna go, full armor?
He has his chest plate on, but the lighter pieces that are easier to put on are off for the moment.
Okay, so 15 minutes late, later,
Yeah,
you
sounds about right.
and Tabby literally walk out of the room. Tabby has that look of nothing has ever happened. This complete neutral stare. As you all see Tabby and Terry make their way to the first floor. And Hannah's like, "Oh, hi, Tabby. When did you get here?"
Protect the child.
Yeah, when did you get here, Tabby?
Tabby just gives you a glare again and says, "I came from the third floor."
Huh. Came from the third floor. Huh.
He looks again. he gives him a look. All right, don't press your luck. Don't do.
Vorum is gonna like deliberately he's not looking, but he's kind of gonna glance over at Terry. The third floor.
So, you know that
Quite
face,
high.
You know that face where someone's smiling, but there is pure, just pure like don't push it in their eye.
Yeah.
That's Terry's expression. Like, yeah, okay, you've had your fun.
You realize all on the table with your passive insight that Tabby and Terry are almost meant to each other, as they're all just staring you down. We are talking like, do not test us.
Maybe.
Vorum has seen this exact situation, but usually it involves people getting shanked in an alley.
I'm just sitting there sipping tea, and it's like, maybe we weren't the ones that should have been followed, huh?
Oh. Then the wingman, he's waiting.
Wait, who?
You don't even need salt. You have the whole shaker, man.
Yeah. Tappy. Let me check. Tabby completely disregards what you just said. And she kind of sits down by the table and just does not even look at you. Does not acknowledge your presence again. As Hannah,
Yeah.
if there was a caricature, Hannah's basically eating a muffin and just has a bunch of question marks on her head. I'm like, she's completely oblivious to the situation.
I'm kind of looking still, just sipping tea. And it's like, geez, I thought a night like that would have loosened you up a bit.
Oh, I bet it did.
Apparently not enough. Maybe might need a second round.
Julie will just fist bump him.
Oh my! Terry, get a message. It's from Tabby.
Oh goodness. Just gonna get it straight.
How much do you value the lives of your companions?
Well,
You just get a thing of like, are your friends always this reckless?
this is the message back. They're just testing you. Don't react. Don't give them any ground.
She really almost like moments after, oh, that is what I'm good at. And
And then Terry gets a confused response back. Like, wait, you're good at giving ground? Just like under his undertone? Like, completely missing it.
She does not respond, but she gives like almost like a disappointing sigh. As she
Terry's
fixes-
brain is still booting up.
Is that an audible sigh she gets? Because
Julie.
The Windows update is at 50% right now, guys. I don't know what to tell you.
Terry, you see your two dragon companions, the dragon elves, if you will, just kind of
So I never get to
manifests
watch.
next to Julie as one of them just kind of leans over. Julie, all of a sudden, behind you right here, you see a familiar emerald dragging this book of. And he just kind of whispers, I suggest you don't test them. They both had less sleep than one needs.
Oh no!
And then kind of gives like almost like a slight chuckle as he like stands up straight, looks at you, Terry, and just kind of vanishes. The sapphire one vanishes immediately after. Terry, you have not heard anything.
Noted.
Vorum is just gonna like look up from his coffee and just say to no one in particular. So, before anyone else gets stabbed, what are we doing today?
Wait, what? He looks at his chest real quick, like,
Oh,
kind of.
just as Vorm says, what are we doing? They just eyes Terry and Terry with a raised eyebrow. Just with a knowing smirk on my.
Tabby,
Julie is doing her absolute best to just not say anything right now.
Tabby's just chilling, looking at her cup of tea and just occasionally drinking from it. She's looking absolutely nowhere except for the vicinity of the cup.
I will
bet
say,
you
I
two,
did
you
look at-
two should eat up. I bet you two are starved.
He's like, yeah, I am hungry. Now that you mentioned him just
Yeah.
acknowledging the fact that he is hungry. Hold on.
Yeah, all of a sudden you just see Hannah. Hannah just kind of almost like acknowledgingly nods to your proposition again, and then chucks a muffin at Tabby's face. There was no preparation from Tabby's part. All of a sudden you just see just a fucking bounce. For a split second, you see Tabby looking up like she's about to murder someone, and her gaze almost immediately softens as she sees Hannah just kind of waving at her with her own muffin. And she kind of takes the muffin, looks around, and looks at you, Terry, for a bit longer than the rest. Just kind of eyes the muffin, just takes it, just kind of eats it quietly.
All right, I can't help it. I just started to cackle.
This entire situation's absurd. I could just imagine Julie looking at Terry as his confused and slowly coming to realization face. Like, what has been going on for the last 5 minutes of my life?
It's like I like double, like I'm bending below the table. I'm trying not to laugh. She just beamed me right in the face.
I just, oh goodness.
Yeah.
He's a heavy sleeper, man. You woke him up out of his natural sleep cycle. He's out.
So half the table is fucking losing it, on the brink of tears, while fucking Hannah is looking around like a chipmunk full of muffin in her cheeks, confused. She doesn't say anything, she just has this confused look.
At this point, seeing Gen start to crack up, Harry can't help
I
but
am
almost
cracked.
match it. It starts giggling himself.
I just like straighten up from being doubled over, look over at Tabby just eating the muffin and just crack up.
Terry kind of almost trying to hide his face from Tabby at this point, kind of just starts laughing, well, like having a side eye towards. Can't
I was
keep
like-
a straight face. He's confused, but
I
it's
was
still
like,
funny.
all right, I needed that. I needed that so much to just turn to him like you are a doll.
Confused Hannah noises.
Yeah, Hannah's like, Like she says nothing. She just makes a bunch of noises through her stuffed mouth. She has her mouth closed, but she's also full of muff.
You are just so precious.
Just, uh,
It's just looking at her and then looking at looking back.
Tabby is getting more progressively redder again.
Oh,
at this point, Terry kind of puts his arm around Tabby and just starts laughing. He can't hold it in anymore. Just looking at this whole situation.
Just this whole thing.
Oh my
I am just.
The sheer
I
absurdity.
think I just fall out the chair laughing.
Julie can't help it anymore. She just turns to Terry. Boy, I didn't know you even had it in you. Although, Tabby, I know you had it in you.
And you just hear it slapping on the ground.
There's a sudden shift in Terry's face. It's like goes wide-eyed for a moment. I get what happened to Vorm now. As he points over
I'm trying to stay. You know, you like,
connect.
you know, when you see the hands on the table trying to pull up, and you see the hand lift up, and then Terry says that, and he just falls back down.
You're also because Hannah's sitting next to you. You just see fucking Hannah looking confused at you as you're riding.
I want to see Vorm make a wisdom saving throw to keep a straight face.
Yes.
Come on,
What
Vorm.
happened?
Do you want me to?
Yeah, everybody's
Okay.
losing their shit on the table because one of the party members got laid.
Come on, Forum has to react to all.
Oh,
Yeah, you cold. You seen people get shanked in the alleyways. You seen stuff in life. This is nothing.
Internally, he's finding it very funny. He's just trying to like just look off into the distance.
Yeah, was a bit startled from
The beard helps to basically
The beard.
yeah, the beard allows you to disguise them. Oh shit.
This is. I finally pulled myself back into my chair. I just look over at Hannah, I'm still confused with Chip.
Yeah, she's looking for answers now. Everybody's losing their shit. And then she finishes her muffin for the first time. Like she ate it in like 6. And then she kind of takes a deep sigh and just says, I don't get it. What's going on? And she's kind of looking confused.
I am just like, I have this big ass grin on my face. And I just, you are so precious. And they just lean over and like, give her a kiss on the cheek. And I'm just like...
He puts his finger up like he's about to explain, then just breaks out again laughing.
And then like, there's just like a kiss on the cheek. And then I just pull out a chocolate muffin and hand it to her.
Oh my god. Oh my god. She looks a bit confused, but then she looks at the muffin, and then she kind of takes it and nods to you and just proceeds to consume. Julie, yeah, so everybody losing their shit.
Laughing.
Yeah, and it's about 10-ish a.m. in the morning. You get to realize it. So that being aside, anything else?
Okay. I'm over there. I'm just not even trying to look towards the hands anymore because I just keep cracking up. So I'm like, okay, what's the play?
Right, save the world.
All right. So I believe Julie, you went to the library yesterday. Yeah. You get anything?
Oh, I got plenty of information on Carrion. I can as soon as you're ready, I'm sure I can summon him.
Oh,
Okay.
all right.
But and
Is there anything else? Didn't you want to go to the library to pick up some things for your book?
I mean, they wanted money for the spells, so I can't exactly add to my book without money. And I haven't been to my home recently, so I can't pick up any money.
I would offer to a gladiator fight, but last time I did that, it ended in a time loop. Let's see.
The last time you had a gladiator fight.
Yeah, it was like, well, it was, yeah, it was that fight, like it was like 20-something thousand gold or something. It was good fight. I don't care
Oh,
what
we
they say.
both
I won that
understand you're
fight.
quite the grappler.
Oh goodness.
This is going to be a running thing.
Terry does this every other day. Not Terry. Julie does this every other day. No reaction. Terry once entire table laughing their butts off.
Yes.
Just the thought of any relationship with Terry is just laughable within itself.
Oh, wow. Wow.
So, jokes aside, we kind of. All right.
Is there any other information that anyone else was able to get yesterday? Is there anything we need to? Vassive Library. Is there anything else we should be? Should we?
We could probably find some information on Paranama's offspring, like maybe where they're located. That might be in the library. Didn't even think of that.
Oh, right, and I have
Could
to
be.
ask Ducklick about that dragon phylactery.
And maybe any information on your other secret admirer? Glancing at Terry, your
Terry's
assassin,
confused. Nope.
a friend.
Oh. Terry's face kind of drops a smile at that comment. Right.
If we can look up.
I'll look into that. Right.
So
I should get suited up. I'll be with you guys in a moment. He kind of gets up and heads back to his room to re-equip the rest of his armor now that he's kind of settled in.
immediately looks at Terry. You gonna follow him?
Goodness. You guys are going to bully her to no end. I don't know.
Well, you are our innocent little boyo. We need to protect you from her.
Oh my. She says.
When the terrorist is the innocent boyo in the group. I love this party.
Well, finish my cup of tea and wow. I don't know. A chance for round two, I guess. I don't say to no one.
Yeah, Tabby is not part of this conversation at all.
Steel-faced.
So, yeah, what's the plan? What is the plan?
Harry's out of the room at the moment, so.
So, you got the info on Kyrian. Care to share, Joel?
Oh, well. Apparently, after my little stint with letting everyone know that he was outside of the city, they did a little bit of investigation themselves and found. Oh, let me see here. He is actually being pursued for neglect, embezzlement, and conspiracy. Apparently, he's actually not that great of an archmage. He just murdered his way to the top. Like, he's actually kind of pathetic. He's really good with poisons, though, so everyone, since he's working with that assassin, maybe keep an eye out for the poisons.
Vorm
Just
just
looks at for
puts
him.
his coffee down. Nervous, kind of like cough. So yeah. Anything else? Well, stabbing him in the face
Poison.
solved the problem.
Eric, you get the reference, I hope.
Well, I mean, I don't think he's deathless, and we do have the entire guild of liches behind us, so, as soon as he dies, they'll be taking his soul.
Vorm kind of looks into the distance for a minute, then goes, "What do they do with them exactly?"
I don't think we really want to know what they do.
I mean, frankly, I wouldn't mind watching his soul be tortured for a little bit, but that's just personal.
Okay. So what's the plan? As here's the thing. Terry, Tabby follows you, I guess, back to your room, and as soon as she goes in and closes the door, behind you, she kind of silently screams out, just looking down. Her face is not fully red.
It's at that moment you get a message from Kid. It's like, all right, we don't have all day.
So, so Terry at that reaction kind of looks over, realizes maybe some positive reinforcement is in order. And like, no, they really liked you. It sounds like he's almost describing it to like he was introducing her to his family in that fashion. Like, yeah, no, they really liked you.
Oh no, they really liked you. No, you're fine.
It's maybe not in a supportive as much voice as it should have, but more of a matter-of-factly voice of like, yeah, they like you. Huh.
Just nonchalant, like, oh yeah, that went well.
He takes a deep
I thought
breath.
that was-
Yeah. He kind of looks away from you.
Oh, you should have seen like when Vorm brought over his girlfriend. Like, she killed like 2 of our party members.
I think I'll
You're
kill-
just not gonna let that go, are you? Okay.
She takes a deep breath and says, I think I'll kill 2 more.
Yeah.
Our party is insane.
Literally.
Yeah. Then when Julie brought over, actually, I believe Julie's girlfriend, wife. I don't know if it was ever official. Then ended up blinding me shortly before.
Girlfriend, wife.
That was
thing.
interesting. It was temporary though, obviously. Well,
She's been blinded and in psychic blasting.
but to be fair, being the children of Mystra, they did basically nuke the monstrosity that came from undeath to kill us. That was nice of them. And then there was Gen. Gen, he doesn't talk about his stuff too much, but he seemed happy first time. Hard to read. He's great at pillow fights, I'm telling you.
He says
Hey.
nothing, but she's embarrassed.
I hope she has a good insight, because otherwise she won't believe him.
I like sneeze from out there, like, someone's talking about me.
Stereo starts finishing up, setting up his armor. Like, no, what are you worried about after all? Oh,
She-
right.
Yeah.
Like, wait, he stops himself, like, finish for a moment before he goes on to what he's... waiting for her to finish her sentence.
Oh boy. Yeah, but she says nothing. She just kind of, eventually after her, she just kind of looks away. She kind of just sits on the bed and just kind of watches you, but says nothing.
I have to tell you something. As you've probably picked up on, our party isn't quite the most sorted individuals. We've been through some crap.
She nods.
I...
Understatement.
Alright, I guess there's no easy way to say this, but, after dying a few set of times, I've lost a good deal of memory. In fact, probably the majority, yeah. Because of that, I don't know if I'm operating fully as myself right now. Honestly, couldn't tell you properly. But
Damn, what a boast.
Well, I was about to say, yeah.
Absolute Chad.
Just to let you know. Wasn't that like 100% power? Just tell me.
God darn it, guys. Try to keep a straight face.
In case I was lacking in performance, this is what.
Oh goodness. Now I have to find where I was. And beyond that, the adventure we're set on, I don't know how much they told you. But the long and short of it, we're charged with killing an immortal dragon. As you probably guessed by the description, that isn't really easy. It looks like there's a way to do it. It looks like we should be able to attempt to pull it off. Whether we will or not, remains to be seen. But I have to warn you, if you're going to get connected to me, there's a good chance that I won't come back after this. And even more so if I do, I plan to use a wish spell I was granted. Don't ask me how, I'm a bit confused myself. To regain these memories. I can't tell you if I'll be the same person if I come back at all. It's up to you if you want to stick around, but I felt like I should give you that warning. Last night happened so fast, I didn't really have a chance.
That's what she said.
Quite
Fucking
literally.
God. Oh boy. Check.
I have no idea how she's gonna take that news!
Let me check. Roll me either a persuasion or a deception.
Deception.
I mean,
boy,
she
well.
seems to have taken it pretty well last night.
This is never gonna end, is it? Anytime I'm in remote proximity to this person, this is gonna be half the
Persuasion.
dialogue.
Okay, persuasion or deception.
Yeah.
Which one?
You got it.
You
Persuasion.
can't say you got it. You gotta decide which one.
No, it's persuasion. I think got it as in I understood you, and persuasion as in that's
Okay.
the one I'm using.
A 19.
Eight will only get you so much. I mean, he's being honest, so there's only so much you could do. Again, it would be spectacular if she took at anything, but with immense concern and
Anger.
yeah, that's a good
Yeah.
place to start.
She looks at you. Very pissed off. And kind of sad. And she just kind of mumbles something loud enough. And you're telling me this now.
Oh,
It's not like I had a chance last night.
Again, shut up.
now, Terry hardly ever feels guilty. I don't think the party can really declare one point he's ever actually displayed a feel of guilt properly. Anger, frustration, vengeance, all there at one point or another. Guilt, not really. This is one of those exceptions. He kind of looks over because He does feel guilty. He looks like I could throw 1,000 excuses. I have built up the talent for lying after all, but simply put, you've hung out with me for a bit now. I'll let you decide what type of person I am, even if I'm not entirely sure yet. And if you want to hang around, you can. I'm sorry if this is poorly timed, but I guess I was feeling selfish. I looked at you, and my friends can attest to this. I haven't ever once went after someone. You were the exception. I could relate to the fierce eyes of protection that you held for your friend. It drew me in. I guess I was just being selfish, but I feel like being honest is the only thing left right now. I'll give you some time to think about it. As he kind of finishes up setting his armor and gets ready to leave the room.
I would like you to roll me a wisdom saving throw.
Ooh.
It's not very good. Alright. Oh, goodness.
I actually failed. Jesus Christ.
Gosh darn it. Saving throws. I just can't make them.
He's
It's just illegal for my
22!
character.
Holy shit! Okay.
Ah!
Yeah.
I will never
As
make
you're
a saving
making your
throw
way
against my
through the
character.
door, all of a sudden your muscle just shut up and
Panic.
just stuck. And you hear behind you footsteps. And you see Tabby very disappointed, very mad. I would like you to roll me an insight check.
Crap. It's insight. I'm doomed.
Downstairs, we're just gonna hear a thump.
That was the last of Terry. Terry makes it through death several times. One bad relationship, dead immediately.
Dagger to the throat.
Honestly, not as bad as I thought it was gonna be.
Besides her very fiery and cold facade, you see a sense of heartbreak in her eyes. As she looks at you for a good few seconds. And she tries to say something, but she seems to be a loss for words. And she gets more and more... Oh God, how do I describe this? She gets more disappointed in herself. As if she got by herself. But then she says something to you. I was asked to do a duty to which you exploited. You paraded to your friends as some sort of conquest, and now you're telling me this. I'll tell you what's gonna happen. My duties will end, and my task with another. I will not see you for a bit. And then her eyes, almost regaining that original flare of anger the first time you saw the disgust. And then you will
a tiny bit of a smirk.
No,
Terry's face, is that?
we're talking. We're talking from look of anger and confusion to anger of composure and looking at someone as if below them.
Yeah, no, I take that.
Yeah,
still
as she says,
original sighting.
recounting from what she basically said, that she will have to go, but you will come back, and you will find me. Because if you don't, I'll parade all of your bodies as corpses. That kind of she kind of looks around a bit. Her anger flares down, and he kind of looks almost embarrassed down, and looks at the door. As she exits, she just says, "I will not be embarrassed. Not like this." As she closes the door with a sudden shut behind you, and then all of a sudden you regain your muscles.
I do like having my muscles.
Yeah.
Terry kind of takes a moment and like it takes a moment and just kind of sits and leans up against the door, like like knees up, thinking to himself for a bit, and he sends a message to Gen, because this is the last person that contacted him back. I'm gonna need a few.
Damn, man! I told you we don't have all day.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, and Terry will be out of the picture for a small bit.
Okay, so what is the rest of you doing?
Oh, now that the joke's away, I'm going to make a lot of jokes.
Great. Cracking
Great.
jokes and stuff until I get that message, and then I'm like, okay, so they're gonna be busy for a while.
Aw.
Oh, I would have assumed as much.
Okay,
new left.
apparently round 2 and maybe 3 has started.
What?
I think they're going this. They think she's trying to test his endurance.
Oh, that poor girl. The man dies and comes back. I can only imagine.
Right? I mean, I don't think she knows that yet. So I think she's gonna.
Oh. So what is everybody else doing? Because
so
no.
they're gonna be busy. So, Julie, you said you were looking for some spells. I mean, if there's any particular, I still got some coins left.
I have a very stupid idea. How willing are you to support me in this?
I mean, if it'll help deal with and he kind of waves his hands, the whole situation, why not?
Okay. If you'd like to follow me back to the library just in case things go wrong, I could always use a little backup here. And I'll run my hands through my hair and pop up looking like Lazarus.
wait,
Oh, we're going
what? Wait. You doing what now?
I'm going to use my Silver Dragon transformation abilities to look exactly and be exactly like Lazarus.
In front of Hannah?
That's what I was gonna say. Right in front.
Oh no, she's still here.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, she's
I'm
like
going
we're downstairs. I'm sitting at the other table,
Yeah,
drinking my coffee.
we're still all at the table. She's
Also-
still eating muffins, looking confused.
Also,
No. In my head, we had moved on. We were together somewhere else. Okay, I'm sorry. I will go somewhere else where people won't see us.
okay.
You guys are insane.
Literally. So,
I mean, you
so Julie, yeah, it takes like a good few seconds, and you can see your entire body is overtaken by the silver scales, and those silver scales eventually just change appearance, and you start to see the familiar tattoos, and then the rest of your body just kind of, yeah, you essentially are your ex.
All right. And
Well,
you have
I
the
bet
truth.
he would have a detailed understanding of the full picture.
she would.
I'm gonna say it would be a very
And
convincing illusion.
and just for confirmation of my own sake, take a look at me over. You got the true sight. What do you say?
Okay.
Oh
Ye-
God!
I think if Vorm's been like sitting at the end of the table listening to this conversation but not really part of it, he's gonna like look at you and go, "I see an idiot," but I don't think that has anything to do with the transformation.
I mean, I
Oh shit! No,
say,
you've gone. You've gone. Sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah,
In that case, Vorm said nothing.
so yeah, you sense no illusion, no nothing.
Just how it is, man. Must be Lazarus.
wow, that's pretty good. Didn't know anything that could get through, that could block truth.
Gods be like,
Oh, it's the perks of being as amazing as I am. All right, let's. If your true sight can't see anything, then that gives me some hope. You ready to go to the library?
oh,
Wait!
oh no!
I need Julie, tell me what is your plan?
Does he have to die?
No. What are you doing at the moment? I think I'm a sir. I just need a confirmation.
We're going to the library, and I'm going to talk to the beholder and see if I can put it on my tab.
Are you gonna walk through the city as Lazarus?
As well.
Like, well, if True Sight doesn't, maybe wear a cloak over it so it's not super obvious. But if True Sight doesn't see it, what is gonna?
I
Unless
mean,
there's a
what
casual
else is
god
gonna?
walking about.
I mean, yeah, I'll pull up my hood and I'll put on my mask like I've been doing in the past
Okay.
until I get to the library.
Okay. Yeah. That's what to say.
Just walking through casually as just one of the top ranking.
Yeah. So Warren, anything you? Because again, and Julie's doing this thing.
Actually, no. Vorm is sitting around because he has like
He looks at Julie like, "Trouble, get away."
he literally sees Julie like, "Come with me. I have a great idea," and immediately Vorm's like, "Oh fuck, well, I'm not getting involved with that." If the guards start running in a direction, I'll know where they are. Terry seems to be having a great time upstairs.
Yeah, all of a sudden you
So
just
Vorm
hear,
is literally sat there in
you
at
just-
the table,
yeah.
just looks at his empty coffee mug. He's like, "I need more coffee."
yeah, and the whisk provides, and about this point you just hear a loud bang outside, not outside, but on the second floor, as if like somebody closed the door very, very violently.
Oh,
I'm just
yeah,
gonna wait
man.
to see if anyone comes downstairs.
Nobody comes
I'm
down.
sure shit not getting in the way of anybody.
Nobody comes.
Well, either they're very eager to have another go, or it didn't
He's
go
getting
too well.
assassinated.
In either way, I'm just gonna let that happen.
We're not gonna go
Either
there.
things are going very well or they're going very badly. I just
I'm sure The wisps will clean the room after they vacate, okay?
Hmm. So honestly, yeah, Vorum is gonna be waiting around because he's not involved in either of those two things, and there's nothing else he pressingly needs to do.
What,
Okay.
what is Hannah doing?
Hannah's still eating muffins.
I'll just
still
chat.
sitting
I'll just chat about random stuff. Nothing really important.
How's the weather?
With Han- I'm like, so, what's the pay like? You get off days?
Oh.
What
Oh
is
my
Hannah
god.
doing?
Yeah, so you question about the work ethics of the Platinum Seas as Julie again makes their way to the library and Julie disguises herself as one of the drunk.
I was not expecting that, but you know, you do have the charisma to basically deceive anyone, so
Oh
I'm
my
waiting.
God.
I'm waiting for you two to be trying to pull this off, and then suddenly, fucking Terry's now murderous. X is gonna walk into you and like immediately see you. It's all gonna spiral out of control. Okay.
yeah, this is gonna go crazy real fast.
Forum is a
Yeah.
responsible citizen.
Okay,
He
so
knows nothing about any illegal
okay.
activity.
Okay, so Warren is gonna chill and talk with Hannah about the work ethic. Terry's
I'm
gonna
helping.
be
I'm distracting a god.
and Terry's gonna be sad Terry hours. And then getting
Mentally
Julie,
processing.
yeah, and getting Julie is gonna go and go do some mayhem in the library.
I don't know, but I'm up for it. Let's go.
Okay, so yeah, you're just having a very nice conversation, Lauren, and you get a bunch of trivia of the pharmacies, and yeah, relatively good pay, not a lot of off days, and she's basically doing this not too long ago. And eventually she will gonna have some tests that essentially is gonna prove she can be more specialized towards something. She wants to be an elementalist, so she can play with wind elementals all day. But apparently that's not what they do, so she's kind of bummed out about it.
I mean, I won't be the one to to tell her that because I probably have no idea.
Yeah, she almost like gives like a sort of like a sentence which almost ends like with a question, but then she immediately answers it in the next. So yeah, Terry, how long is gonna be sad Terry hours?
It's not a super long, like 5 minutes after she leaves fully.
Oh my god. Okay, and what are you gonna do?
Kind of. He's gonna put on his dread helm so people can't see his face at the moment because it's kind of
Sad
not
Terry.
his best shape. Kind of walks
People can't see
over.
the tears for me, didn't you?
Yeah, you see,
And you see like red eye tears. Like, no.
yeah, you,
I'm not crying, you're crying.
yeah, you see Warren and
Eyes are
Hannah
sweating.
just having a very insightful discussion about the pseudo-economics of the Platinum Seas.
And Harry kind of slumps down in a chair and just begins to listen.
Thing is, I have the intelligence and the wisdom scores to have that conversation.
I know.
It's just I know nothing about it.
Yeah.
You're just nodding along.
honestly,
You're just like, yeah,
When it comes to
yeah.
logistics of this type of stuff, you have some experience in the black market of towns and cities.
I
Whatever.
think it's a little bit different.
Yeah.
Probably.
You get the words, Warp, but you don't know what they mean.
Like
Or
the
just-
one or two things I understand, I'm like, oh,
Yeah.
I get that.
Yeah. See,
He points a
Mm,
finger
this
like,
boy is
I
the
don't know.
metaphor.
A lot of stuff of the Platinum Seas are like, yeah, you get the economical part, which is like 10%. The rest is just magic.
I'm trying to like. I understand probably like the political side. I understand like the economic side.
Okay.
Whenever it goes into magic, which is, I imagine, a significant
Yes,
portion,
yes.
his eyes just like glaze over.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
no, nice conversation.
Yeah. And she's
Oh my
very.
God.
I'll
she's-
probably see Terry come down.
Yeah. Roll me. Just roll me an insight check.
Just see straight through the helmet. I see those.
No.
Those teary
Those red
eyes.
eyes.
Insight.
Because once Terry, you are spotted by Hannah. Hannah is like mid conversation. So that's why every 3 months. Oh hi! And you kind of looks around you, Terry. Where's Tabby?
I don't know. Maybe she took a window.
How would you
That
do
is-
that?
I don't know.
So
I just
Vorum,
33.
Vorum, Vorum, my boy, Vorum, my boy. So first about Hannah, she seems very excited that somebody's actually listening to her about this. Like she wanted to tell about this, and she's very happy that you listen. Second, Terry. Like a beacon of hope at the start, shining light. He seems like a black hole now. It's just this
I'm just- Oh,
it,
no.
you kind of just you see him and he immediately just have this gut feeling of like depression manifest just walking towards you.
I mean, I'll carry it because I imagine this is.
Okay.
I'll carry on the conversation, but I'll kind of keep glancing over at Terry. What is he doing?
He's sitting, listening to anyone who would be unfamiliar with his body language, I guess. It's kind of just yeah, similar to that. Just face trying its best to look at the conversation.
We're gonna just sense things have not gone very well. I also don't get the idea that Terry would respond well to, so what's wrong? so he's just gonna like continue to act as everything's normal. I'll give it like, I don't know, 10 minutes easy, and then if at any point he seems to calm down or improve or anything, I might I might try talking to him. But for now, I will just let him be.
See, so over like a few minutes, Terry Mooch like seems to slightly shift. Not better, not worse. But he looks over at Hannah and asks a question. Is there a training dummy in this house? I haven't quite made my way
No,
around yet.
there's not.
I kind of like, I understand the meaning immediately. I'm like, is there a local barracks, maybe? I think he just needs to kind of, he's getting a bit rusty, and he might need to take some practice and some energy out on a target that won't die.
Sadly, myself is not an option.
I'm asking that too.
Look,
Is there like a local barracks? I mean, I wandered around for a lot of the other day, so.
wait, question, Eric's.
Uh-huh.
When going to that dueling arena, was there training dummies there?
No, you didn't really. You like I said, you weren't really paying attention to that. You were paying attention to something else.
Distracted.
Did I notice anything?
Or did go exploring. I don't know.
I basically just mapped the local area. Not the whole place.
Just
No.
the area you could.
Good chunk.
Not.
Bonk.
Oh my god, let me check. Roll me a history check. Let's see if you saw something that would be like, hey, he could fight. here.
History is not that good, but okay. No. No, I don't.
Yeah.
That was not the kind of stuff I was paying attention to.
Yeah, like barracks, you saw a lot. Like this isn't too orderly. You fucking you don't know what type of building is a barracks. It's magic.
They're all just
Harry
built
just-
out of solid rock. I don't know.
Yeah.
To hell with it. And Terry like gets up and starts going back to his room. Prop up the mattress.
Oh no! Oh no! As he like leaves, before he's even got upstairs, he's like going up the steps. I like turn. I turn and say, "Does this place have noise complaints? I might
According
need to
to
know."
Eric's magically fortified walls. I think we're good.
If I didn't know that. Just checking. There might be some disturbance. Eric's?
Uh-huh.
Do I get a reply?
To what?
Oh my god! I was asking, is this place? Does it have noise complaints, and are we to get charged for property damage?
You asking Hannah that?
Yeah. I mean, I got no one else to ask, right?
He just kind of shrugged shoulders.
I'm sure it'll be fine.
All of a sudden, just hear a. You wanna
Upstairs,
Terry? You wanna roll me a strength check?
Yeah, sure thing. All right. Athletics or strength?
Strength, just strength.
I'm letting out some anger onto this poor mattress. At the 25.
Oh my,
Didn't you do
downstairs, we
enough
just hear.
damage to the mattress already?
oh my god.
Downstairs, we just hear like.
Just goes through the mattress, hits the wall.
Yeah.
I want to give a fair bit of warning. If he does go through the mattress, he's gonna keep going for a little bit here.
Oh god.
The wall's
oh,
next.
Oh no.
It's not gonna be noise cancelling if there's a hole in it.
Oh no. For a moment. Yeah. So Moro, you keep counting, and it's Hannah's at her 12th muffin at the moment.
At this point, Vorum's probably like trying to calculate
Yeah.
how she's not massively overweight.
Yeah. And all of a sudden you all hear this vibration as if like and you hear bunk, bunk, bunk. After the sixth bunk, the muffled sound disappears, and now there's just a stone sound getting crushed.
Grinding of rock.
This poor mattress. It's been through
Very,
a lot.
Hannah looks
Vorum like seriously being like, so do I care about his well-being enough to risk my own health? I'll give him like another 5 minutes. It's still going. Then I'll get worried.
Exactly. Every 6 seconds you get exactly one bump.
Just a slow wind up and boom. Probably.
I'm
probably
trying
gonna
like
cause
really
some damage
hard
the
to
knuckles.
concentrate on her like lecture about how like the ranking and all the magical like sects work, and I'm just like, don't pay attention to the noise.
Oh, no.
So, let's go with Gen and Julie. Yeah,
I would say it's gonna get less chaotic, but it's only gonna get worse from
Yeah,
here.
it takes like 20-something minutes, and you make it to the Grave Library. And then the constructs stare at you. Julie.
I mean,
I will look at the construct and pull the mask to the side. Greetings.
there's just all of a sudden it just gets kind of uncomfortable as on both sides there's a single like massive construct, but now both of them are just staring at you.
Nothing
And
from the greeting.
no, there's this uncomfortable pause of like 10 seconds, and then there's a flicker in one of the eye sockets of the constructs before
As I'm
bellowing.
already starting to feel uncomfortable, I'm starting to back up just a little.
And you immediately hear greetings, child of Mistra, proceed.
It's working.
I will slide the mask back on my face, nudge again, and walk forward very quickly.
You're right behind him. Like, I don't like that flicker. What was that? What was that?
Mm.
And I will keep walking. Are we on the? We're on the same level as the librarian, right? Or is that something that we have to jump up?
There's not one. There's dozens of them, and they're all up and down. Getting one is not exactly difficult because they're just flying by yourself. I would say it takes you like good 4 minutes, and you can find one who's just idling, staring blankly at a wall.
Yes.
Yes, excuse me. I was. Could you direct me down to the spells? The higher level ones, possibly. The ones that
Gonna-
normal people wouldn't have access to.
Oh my fucking god. The 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 beholder looks at you, a bit of propping at his mouth, kind of blinks and then speaks. Very well, follow me.
Wonderful, thank you.
So you're going higher than the previous 400 feet up. You're going about 700 feet up, and the roof is like slowly is more and more present, and you kind of feel that sensation of like you're getting a bit lightheaded flying this high up. And then about 620 feet above, and like 220 from where you last been, you can see the general vicinity where you've been, and you realize that this is a lot more not linear, but like a lot more dense down, like because at bottom levels it's all sprawled out through the whole sides of the library, while this is more like almost like sectioned the higher it is. And you go about about 620 feet up, and all of a sudden the behold just immediately does a 180 and looks at again and Callie, and it says, "You are not permitted beyond this point."
Really solo adventure.
Hmm. Oh, yes, I forgot you were in my pocket. And I'll hand Callie off to Gen.
I'll take it. I'll see you downstairs if you need me.
Yes, I'll stay in contact. I appreciate you looking out your good god.
Does a bow
And
and
best
kind of
wingman.
lowers back down.
Guys called Julie the support, but here again. And you compete.
Like, I'll send a message to Julie. I'm gonna find Can you give me the info on the Cray? I want to go over find the books that you exactly found. Give 'em over 'em.
Okay, so here's the thing about this. Julie, I would like you to roll me an insight check.
Oh, shit. Okay.
Tuck Callie away in my pocket.
I forgot what my insight was. One sec.
God, this is gonna be interesting. That's strange. Oh, you have to go stretch, dude.
22.
22. Angry sound. So, Julie, all of a sudden, despite your seamless disguise, as you're going higher up and higher up, all of a sudden the surrounding lights, because it's artificially lit and it's not like blaring lights, it's more like, you know, gentle lights, so everybody has a very easy way to basically read anything they wish. And all of a sudden it's the like 700 feet, there's some, like, I guess walkways, corridors that are mid-air, but they're empty, no bookcases, no nothing. And about 750 feet, all of a sudden, it goes from like very bright to almost dim to no light at all, as the only light you can see are the glowing runes of the beholder's back. And your gut is immediately screaming. Like,
Yes.
your gut is screaming, this is a bad idea.
Yes. Yes, it is.
Would you like to proceed?
Will you risk it?
I'm all alone with the beholder.
Oh my god.
I have to. Yes. Yes, I'm going. I'm
Okay.
going for it.
I would like you to roll my perception, and I'll be right back.
Well, initiative. It just attacks.
Perception. Okay.
Oh my god.
22.
22 again.
What do I see with my elven eyes?
They're dragging out.
Boy. Ah. Oh boy. Give me a second. It's 22. Oh my fucking god. Okay. Okay. So you're in darkness. And like this purplish blackish mist. You cannot see anything. But eventually, following the Baylor's light, you seem to be on a section of sorts. Like on a walkway. It's a very nice walkway, same as the rest of the library, about 20 feet wide. You can see a candle that is lit on a chair. And a handful of what seems to be bookcases, but they're all empty. And the beholder just kind of does immediately a 180 and says, "My job here is done." And it kind of stares for you for a split second and then proceeds to wander below. A question, Julie.
Yes.
Are you gonna follow? What are you gonna do? Because he says he kind of says that the job is done and immediately just wanders back below. Because at the moment, about 10 feet in front of you, you can see stuff, which is basically where you can walk. The rest is just purple shadow.
Surrounded by purple shut. And you said the bookcases around here are empty?
Yeah.
E- Excuse me. The bookcases are. I'm just gonna turn around and leave.
Are you gonna try to basically go down again?
Oh shit. No, I'm gonna go forward. Fuck it.
Okay, so technically you don't see anywhere. You don't have any direction besides the walkway on your below you. So technically you have a choice. Do you gonna go left or you gonna go right? Because you cannot see beyond 10 feet.
Left.
Okay. Okay. Roll me a perception check with a disadvantage.
Oh, disadvantage.
Yeah, disadvantage.
$31.
Okay. Okay. So you wander around and eventually you seem to come across about 4 or 5 sofas in general vicinity. Almost like circling or kind of in a single sphere type way. This seems like a resting area, and you also see quite a few pages of blank paper. Some of them are filled with scrambles of notes. Some of them are just empty. Quite a few ink splatters. Some look normal, black. Some look unnatural in their coloration. Some of them are even glowing. And when you just observe this, all of a sudden you just have the sensation that somewhere, if you're looking straight, somewhere to your left, behind you, is looking at you. You just have the sensation that somebody's watching you, but you do not hear or see anything.
Alright, I will walk over to the sitting area, sit down, and just take a closer look at the papers.
Mm-hmm. So, roll me an Arcana check. Also, do you know Primordial or Celestial?
See, I mean, I know Ancient Draconic, but no, I know Common, Elvish, and Uncommon.
So you realize that this is some sort of beginning of a spell, but also there's a bunch of drawings and a bunch of chibi interpretations of what to seem to be torture attempts. You see what seems to be a fat gnome getting murdered by spells in various ways, and you don't know what it actually means, but you see that there's like glyphs to each individual, I guess, death or execution of this gnome. So you assume that this is some sort of spell, maybe potential effects of it. You're getting something, but then like looking through it, you don't really. There's stuff written on it, but you don't comprehend it at all. But you start to see, as you're now sitting on a sofa, to your right, footsteps what seem to be of wood hitting marble or just stone. Heavy wooden footsteps. And you see two blaring purplish sockets looking at you. You just see the eyes as it comes closer. You see a wooden construct with some purplish metals in their joints. Wearing the familiar obsidian cloak that you saw wear your ex and the other children of Mistra. As it kind of stares you down for a moment, she just kind of points at you. Says, "You're not Lysra, are you?"
For some deception checks.
I'll shuffle the papers, kind of put them down. Whatever do you mean?
You seem lost. Tell me, where is the yellow lantern? As you see the figure approaches you, and you see it's like a almost 6'1", 6'2", warforged, very finely dressed, but has this. It has no look. It has almost no facial features. There's a mouth that occasionally opens and sound comes from it, and two purplish eyes just glinting at you. But once it asks a question, it kind of steps aside, almost gives like a hand motion into the purplish mist.
The yellow Do you care to sit down?
So my intuition was correct. Good. I'll gladly sit down with you then. As it takes like to your left seat, and you can hear the creaking of wood as it's a heavy thing.
I'm going to level with you, and whatever you see fit. I'm very scared right now. I've been tasked with tracking down Kurian, and I'm likely going to have to face him alone. And I'm frightened. I'm just looking for anything that could give me an upper hand against an Archmagus who's managed to kill so many Archmagus before him.
It kind of rears its head a bit, looking up, almost like calculating what you just said, and looks back at you. You supposed to end Kurian, but that is not your task. So you're clearly not Lysra. Huh. You're not a dwarf. You're definitely not the elf. Are you the bee? And all of a sudden you see the glare from you to somewhere in the mist. It just shifts, and then you hear a familiar voice, Julie. That'll be her ex. saying, "No, that must be the very beautiful and very, very foolish bard, who also is an elf, as walking quite proudly in your vision materializes yeah girl Julie, having her hands on her hips, kind of looking down at you with no sense of hatred towards you, but more like almost like what's it called, almost like pride.
Has it been beautiful?
I manage. And look at you stealing appearances of high officials. You do realize it's sentenced by death, right?
I've already been sentenced to death twice now. So, what's the third sentence? I'm only trying to save the world, you know?
It's not like you know half of us. You seem to take it the wrong way. You know, as she kind of takes a seat to your right and just kind of almost like lazily sinks in and then looks at you.
I'll drop the appearance.
I mean, deferred death would be permanent because Havel does not take lightly when one does try to impersonate someone else. He does not like that at all. Hmm.
This is all to get Kurian, which we all know we need to get Kurian. I know I'm making stupid decisions here, but it's all in the name of catching Kurian right now.
True.
And after that, it's in the name of curing the plague across this land.
I mean, you're saying the truth, but also your methods are not exactly upfront, if you will, because you know a lot of people, a lot of individuals, and you're not the shy person, quite the opposite. So to do such a foolish thing, well, you know that there were probably better ways to do it. And not to mention, you know, half of the people that have my status. Yet here you are impersonating me. She kind of leans in which towards you, Julie, and the smile kind of fades, and there's this almost like bitterness in her face and in her voice. It would honestly sound to me like sabotage of sorts. What are you trying to achieve here, Julie?
I'm only attempting to gather knowledge to make my tasks simpler, and I understand you've been under a lot of stress and a lot of issue. I didn't want to bother you any further.
Is that a deception or a persuasion check?
I mean, technically, I'm not lying.
Technically, but what are Julie's true
Are you
intentions?
trying to be persuasive or deceptive? That's the question.
I mean, Julie is being honest, and this whole thing, I mean, technically, a lot of Lazarus' money is also Julie's money.
True. So roll a
So
persuasion check.
Let me double check my persuasion mod. Sorry, my computer just went down.
Mm-hmm.
I'm pretty sure this is it, but I'll correct myself if I'm wrong.
Ooh, shit. Okay. Okay. What would I do with you, Julie D. Silver? Such a lovable rogue and a formidable bard, you. She takes a deep sigh again. You know, Havel despises sort of things, but he also appreciates these sort of things. He does not like the bad things to happen. But one of them is what you just did right now. But he also very much likes to learn from these mistakes. How did you achieve it truly that no one could see through your disguise? Not to mention, neither me nor him saw through your illusion as well.
I've been on quite the adventure, and in doing so, I've run across some very powerful allies that are helping me in curing this plague. This is just one of the boons that I've gained.
Let me roll something real quick. You see her eyes kind of dart around a bit. And then looks at you as he kind of leans in a bit. Now, if you're gonna be a very good girl, and I'll let this transaction slip by, who gave you this power? Where?
I'm going to be honest, not quite sure exactly the location of this church that we went to, but there was a church, and deep below it was the corpse of a rather large, rather ancient dragon. We spoke with him.
Always churches.
Always churches.
uh, she kind of looks at you, looks down a bit, squints her eye, and then kind of looks back at you. I suggest you leave. If you just jump down, you will essentially be back at the library, and I suggest you don't try this again. Unless you're looking for something very specific. Because Korean knowledge is public to all. He's not exactly a venerated member of the society, and his standing is not seen in any high regard at the moment. And I doubt it will ever be.
Oh, well, since I've bothered you and you're here already, would you care to come with me and teach me some of your magics? I've become a little bit more proficient in them.
She kind of looks. She kind of looks at you with a sly smile. As she kind of eyes you up and down. I've seen you changed. I assume for the better, seeing how well you're willing to take unnecessary risks. And to her eyes kind of wander a bit, and you see this evil smirk come across her eye. Of course. How would I not teach you, a very famous musician, a few tricks? Over a bottle of wine, maybe?
Mayhaps. Depends on how good you are.
Oh, you know how good I can be. But since say you know a lot more than the last time we tested you, or I tested you, she kind of bites her lip, and you have this familiar deja vu sensation. I think I can teach you some things now. And I also want to see what you learned, seeing you changed and all.
Well, would you like to meet at the Red Misher later?
Yeah. He kind of gives a very devilish smile as she kind of takes a very humble nod. Of course. Like old times.
Like old time.
She kind of takes a sigh. He seems to be very pleased. By 8 p.m., you and I know a place within the building, somewhere we can have a lot of time to ourselves. We'll see what you can learn. And then her kinda, like, roll me an insight check. Roll me an insight check.
Oh goodness.
Oh, I'll give you Blood Julie. When she says you and I, she means only you and only her. And she's doing that on purpose because she has a vendetta on a specific person.
Be
Yeah. As all of a sudden her composure kind of changes and she kind of starts looking around a bit into the mist and kind of reaches out her hand, says, "Now let's go before more show up and more questions need to be asked that you don't have an answer to."
I find that agreeable, and I'll kind of bow to the bigger construct and start making my way down.
And yeah. And then Lesper just kind of looks at the construct and says, "You stay here. Good eye. And then yeah, you walk for a good half a minute, and all of a sudden you see that you're kind of are just on the ledge towards nothing, and she kind of tugs you closer to it, and you both kind of fall. But a good like 20 feet of just like dropping, all of a sudden something picks you up, and then you slowly start to descend, both of you. As you're currently, Julie, under effect of a fly spell. And you make out of the darkness and back to the light. And again, you see Julie, now is Julie making her way down, just materialize out of nowhere.
that is an event, I don't know what is.
Before we can be seen, I am going to look like any of the other children of Mistra.
Huh?
I'm going to do my shape change again and look like any of the other children of Mistra.
Who's not sus walking
You
out of
look
there?
like six souls. Come and look at
Just 2 6-souls coming out of there.
Okay, okay, Julie.
Mm. Oh no, not another child of Mistra. Never mind. Any other person that looks like they're from the Platinum Seas.
Oh yeah. You essentially become either a very grumpy old man or a very attractive elven woman.
Let's be honest here, the old wise man is probably the attractive young
the
elf is
grumpy
probably
old
just
man.
an old wizard.
Yeah.
Think about it.
I look like a grumpy old man coming down.
Yeah. But yeah. Oh my fucking god. Okay. Again, you see Julie now turn into a grumpy old man. Make your way towards you. What would you like to do?
They're gonna like side eye this old man and like, is that you? Kind of like send a message like, is that you? Or
Is Lazara here too?
No. You look around. She is nowhere to be seen.
Okay. So yeah, just grumpy old man.
kind of
Yeah.
like I'm using the stone just so we can talk without speaking. You know, this like, what happened? Why did you change?
Things up there are far more chaotic than I expected. I needed to get out.
Did you get what you were looking for?
Not what I was hoping for, but I do have a contact that I might have to meet up with later. Apparently being a child of Mr. up there attracts a lot of attention. That was my mistake.
You don't say. A contact, another child of mystery? Someone? Yeah?
Oh, I wish Callie was here.
You just hear angry bee noises in my pocket. She senses the disturbance.
A
It's like your
contact
phone's
who-
going off. In your pocket just bzzz.
It's just rattling around. I'm like, calm down! Jesus!
a contact who assisted me in escaping that situation up there, and a promise for more information and possibly more power. We'll find out. But this is a very it's very good. It is something that it has to say secretive. It can only be me that goes. But you know me, I can handle myself.
Oh god.
You. He just like looks down towards my pocket with the angry buzzing and looks back up with a look like, just you, huh?
Yes. You have to trust me on that.
Okay, Johnny. I'm not gonna push it. You have your ways about you, but I trust you. And so does, and I just point to my pocket. So, don't do anything she wouldn't do.
Oh. So Terry, Vorum, are
Angry wall emojis.
are you streaming? Vorum, oh boy, let's go back to you. It's been 20-30 minutes or so, the punching is still going on. And Hannah is at her 21st cupcake.
She's gonna
I-
die, man. That's
I
not
am
normal.
Worm feels only deep concern. Concern for what's going on upstairs. Concern that the girl in front of me is going to have some kind of heart attack.
Diabetes.
Funnily enough, he decides it's probably going to be less difficult to calm upstairs than it is to persuade her to not eat another cupcake. I imagine, like, he's trained his eye. He's, like, analyzed this for the past 20 minutes in his attempts to ignore the thumping.
Okay.
And he sees, like, the second she like, takes it, she eats it. The second she finishes, she kind of just, like, dusts away the crumbs, and her arm just snaps out, grabs another.
No.
And he's watched this same maneuver
Okay,
like 7 times.
It's not a small muffin. It's one of those like giant ones.
So yeah, at this point he's like,
He's like, nah, I'm not. If I try to reach over there to stop her, I might miss a hand.
like usually her strength stat is like 12. In this maneuver, it's automatically 20.
No, it's like 50.
A trained reflex. So yeah, he's just like gonna look at that, and then he's like, okay, I'm gonna have to go deal with Terry. There's not gonna be a building left in a minute. So I kind of look around, and then I kind of look back at Hannah and say, do you have anywhere you're supposed to be? As I like look at the clock.
She kind of looks at you. She kind of stops, thinks to herself, and she kind of just mumbles something, and then she kind of swallows what she had and just says, "My task is kind of just overseeing you. If you need directions, if you have questions, I'm here to help, and everybody seems pretty alright." She stops every once in a while mid-sentence when she just hears a punch echo through the fucking house.
But looks totally unfazed. Okay. Worm's like, uh-huh. And he's like, and then he gets up, kind of stands out of his chair, and then he is about to kind of turn and go deal with Terry, and he stops again and goes, turns. How many of them are left? Like the muffins? Where have they been coming from?
From a bag of holding?
Just a bag of holding. Endless bag of okay.
She has 150. She's good.
Borum's about to ask about how, like, if there's, like, do they go off in there? Is there, like, a bakery? Is there, like, some kind of
no.
time? But then he decides. But then he just decides. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. She's occupied. She'll be fine. And he goes, well, I'll hopefully be back in a few minutes. If you hear any distressed noises, and he doesn't know how to finish the sentence, so he just kind of shakes his finger and goes, yeah. Do something about them.
She kind of clears her throat and says to you, Worm, Worm? What about lunch?
Yes. I kind of snaps his finger, points. Yeah, you go sort that out. Yeah. He just nods and then turns around and goes to deal with Terry before he finds an excuse not to.
Terry, you've been punching the same frame of wall for the past
magically
30
enhanced.
minutes.
I hope it's one heck of an enchantment.
You punched through the mattress like 2 minutes in. And for a good 15 minutes or so, you felt like you were punching just an unmovable object. But then you suddenly feel that sensation of something is caving in. And you have two furies in your head. either the wall is slowly breaking, or your bones in your hand is now a mush.
Hmm.
And it like at the moment where Vorum, how are you gonna approach him because the door is closed? You just hear eh.
I literally is the door open or no?
No, it's closed.
I'm gonna like as stealthily as possible open the door.
Yeah, so you just see a fucking fully clad man in black plate with a fucking dread helm on, punching a fucking mattress, but like a feet around the mattress is all gone. It's all just fucking destroyed. So he's just punching a wall.
I kind of just look at him, decide I'm not gonna get in the way of the punch, just take like a few steps into the room, arms crossed, just like
Probably for the
looking
best.
around the room, nodding. And then I go, so, is your interior decorating going well?
How loud are you saying this?
I had like normal voice.
Doesn't
So
seem
if you
to
can actually
quite
hear me.
you. I don't think he can.
I feel like you're gonna say it between the punches, not during.
Oh yeah, it's like so thump. How is your thump? Decorating thump going thump.
Uh, looks.
Can I
Can
I
still
do
kind
like
of
a
going
quick?
at it.
Can I do a bit of quick mental calculation, dwarf time,
Work
based
time.
on the amount of damage that has been done to this room, and like the steady every couple of seconds hits?
Uh-huh.
Can I calculate if he's
Intelligence check.
actually gonna destroy this building? Or
Intelligence
this
check.
room at least?
Intelligence.
Intelligence. Oh god. Do I get my bonus because it's to do with stone?
Sure.
Yay!
Yay!
Roll with
That
advantage, you
means it
stone mason.
is
Stone mason.
right. That means I just add my okay.
How many minutes was this?
Oh my God. So what seems to be happening is that the wall that he's punching seems almost have no sense of like damage taken. You don't see any structural damage in this place at all besides the destroyed mattress. It looks...
Okay, I have to ask based on what you said before, Terry. Is your hand bleeding at this point or no?
Oh, it very much probably is. I very much believe that the hand was the thing giving out, not the wall.
Yeah, no, he's not even hitting. With his fist
yeah,
anymore. It's his
let me
wrist.
finish for him. Let me finish for him. Because it sounds like fong, that's fine. But every time Terry like extends his hand and tries to punch again, you hear this sloshing, meaty sound coming from within his gauntlet.
Fuck. Alright,
His
okay.
adrenaline's kicking in. He doesn't really feel it at the moment. He will later. He will
I'm
later.
gonna. So is he? He's not noticed me. I'm there yet, has he?
Not quite.
I'll say it. I'll speak louder this time. Not quite shouting. Definitely raise my voice. Terry, there seems to be a bit of a metaphor here.
Yeah. He said, I think I figured it out.
Could you enlighten me? Is this some kind of paladin? Kind of waves his hand in front of his face. Training process, meditation, perhaps.
Oh, I think, he says between punches, it's a metaphor.
Uh-huh.
See, he says between punches. Punching this wall.
roll me a strength.
I imagine I'm just standing there like
Okay,
bits of...
Terry, you're still not stopping then?
Oh my god.
Not quite.
Roll me a strength saving throw with disadvantage.
Advantage.
With disadvantage.
Got it. All right.
Let's hope you roll high enough. Oh, fuck no. Oh, what's the last? What's the last?
I'm sorry. That's 14. I did.
Yeah.
K
What's
instead
the
of E.
last sentence you say? Like, what's the thing you're talking about, Terry?
I think he's just said it's a metaphor.
It's a metaphor. And with the
Yeah, that was the last thing he said.
the next punch, Terry, all of a sudden you feel a biting cold, and you hear like a grinding sensation. Warren, you immediately see the last punch. You see the fist goes into the wall, and all of a sudden goes almost up to its elbow, while the rest of the hand just kind of deattaches and just falls on the ground.
Wait, hold up. Okay.
You lost.
I have a
Wait.
You laugh.
Wait, wait, has his arm snapped? Like the bones
Yes.
are broken? Or is it a case of his hand is no longer connected to his body?
Hand snapped, and now
Oh, so it's totally limp.
yes.
And then the bone is basically jutting back. Okay.
Yeah, and that's what he punched the wall with. Terry, you look back, you see blood.
Voro, like, is just... His face is grim. It's just like... Like, half him's just thinking, shit, that must hurt, and the other half is just... I'm also glad, because he can't punch me with that anymore. Okay.
Yeah, Terry.
What does Terry do
question.
when he snaps?
Legitimate logistics question here, Eric. How long was I punching that wall, just for greatest clarity?
At least 30 minutes.
30 minutes.
Going on 40.
300 punches.
Guys.
Yeah, against
That's 660 damage 3 times over.
Yeah. So I didn't told you, Terry, a thing though.
No, that's just his damage for punching.
I know.
Whether that actually hurt the wall or not.
I know it didn't all hurt the wall at all, but
not
your hand, the damage. You, my good sir, are currently missing half your max hit points.
Or hand? No, probably the blood loss, not the hand.
Yeah, because you realize you don't have
It's
a
not
hand.
you're thinking in your head. The adrenaline is why this doesn't hurt. In reality, it's because you're suffering major blood loss.
That's
you
not
can't feel
not
anymore.
The worst part is you don't see any part of skin in his I guess tore off hand that is not just dead purple.
You know what? This fits. This works.
This fits.
He looks he's like it'll hit him eventually. But for the moment he looks at the saddened condition of what's left of the hand at the moment. He holds it in front of Vorm at that point. He says, "Fate is like this wall. You punch it as much as you like, it doesn't move. It doesn't care, it keeps you there. That's all you get."
Vorm,
just kind of.
Vorm, you see just sprouts of blood gushing out, and Terry's now looking kind of pale at the moment.
Yeah, Vorum's just gonna nod and be like,
Nod.
well, here we go. This is me. This is Vorum.
Okay.
Vorum is just gonna kind of nod his head and go, right. Well, in that case, is there much point in fighting the inevitable? Because it just seems very painful.
And like at that comment, like the mattress is removed, so he kind of plops down on the frame of the bed.
Uh-huh. Oh my god.
And
It's like a bare frame. There's nothing
Yeah.
there.
as he's looking at he's looking at his hand, and to stop, from the immediate, approach of death. I just cure wounds. It's not gonna repair much, but probably stop it from getting worse.
Vorm's gonna kind of like move closer. He thinks about sitting on like the edge of the bed frame, but realize it's probably also taken damage. It's like barely holding him.
Yeah.
So he's just like, maybe not. Stands there.
You just pull up like a stool.
Well,
Actually, yeah, sure. Why not? I just like looks around. There's a stool next to the wardrobe.
use-
Just pulls it over. I'm like a meter away from you. He's just like, so I take it this might be about this morning? Question mark. He kind of looks around, double checks there's no invisible person standing in the room.
Nope. That'd be hilarious.
There isn't.
No, there is not.
She's just been fucking standing there in the background for the past 10 minutes. Okay. I kind of, look around, there's no one there.
there.
Is
Yeah,
this
so
something between you and Tabby?
this one's
I mean, he
my fault.
knows, but at the same time, he's like, I should probably ask. I should give him the sense of power in this situation.
Kind of look. There's like a sense of like a moment of like where he takes off the dread helm so you can actually see his face. And it looks like there was at one point tears there, but they've dried up and it just kind of looks defeated at this point.
Morum, additional thing, passive insight. Eyes are bloodshot.
Not surprising.
Okay.
So, yeah, he like looks, turns the helmet around and kind of looks into it, and he said, I was just being stupid. I got distracted. I shouldn't have gone after someone. We have a mission here.
Vorum kind of like thinks about nodding, and then he's like, "That thanks for the compliment."
I thought maybe if I... He looks over at the wall.
Because he's thinking like that completely applies to me as well. I was like, oh god damn it.
And he kind of looks over. I thought, I punched the wall hard enough. Maybe I would finally beat it into me. That fate doesn't budge.
No, it tends not to, no.
Hmm.
That's why you've got to learn to adapt to it. I kind of gestures to the wall. Fate, walls, they have doors and windows. They kind of allow you to go through without having to smash. Requires a bit of dexterity, a bit of it kind of looks over towards the door. 10 steps. But no, I understand. Don't worry. It's not. You didn't make a mistake. I understand that you might think you made a mistake, but you didn't. It's just, and you kind of looking for words. You're both unique personalities. He kind of looks over to her. That's why you liked her, right? I think we could all see a bit of a similarity.
There's. She wasn't the problem. And I. In another life, maybe. But I look at this.
Oh, that won't be a problem for you, will it?
You hear a cackling in your voice, Terry, as you see a silhouette manifest to your left, your vision. No, it will not. Additionally, it is very difficult to destroy a magical wall using bare fists. Almost you could say impossible. But
That
your
voice just been sitting in the background, watching for the past half an hour.
Yeah, you see the sapphire, the feminine dragon, just kind of look at you and then look at the Vorum. But the stunted dwarf is right.
Stunted.
I can't see that thing.
No, no.
It's fucking good.
He does bring a valid point.
It's not.
What exactly happened? I get that this morning was probably a bit awkward. Some of us just can't seem to keep our mouths shut. For better or worse.
Gin
Good.
sneezes.
Yes.
Was it that?
No, that was fine. See, I told her the truth. That's all, really.
The
Reality
truth
of it.
being
There's a good chance we won't make it back from this. You know that, right?
Vorum kind of his face doesn't change, but his eyes drop slightly. Yes, I'm very aware. And did she find that a bit of a turnoff?
Well, she wasn't happy. I'll say that. She was frustrated beyond, within far beyond reason. After I said, and aren't you scared?
Vorum kind of thinks for a second. You know, before, I'd say no. Now, a bit. It's not that I would be losing anything I have, it's potentially losing something I might have.
That's a scary thing for me. I don't know what I had. I'm confused.
Oh, then it's a clean slate. You can forge yourself into whatever you'd like to be.
But family. Remember them properly. And you look at this. If what the dragons were saying were true, he points to his head. Well, long story. Then if I took my memories
we have
back
uncomfortable nods. He's like, uh-huh.
So looks over back at that dinner, with Tabby and so on. I don't know what happened. But there was a sense of, I don't know how to describe it, but the long short of it is I have 3 wishes. I could use a wish to get back my memories, but if what the dragons say is true, then I could very well destroy whatever will I've mustered to continue on this journey. I could bring back my family, but if I fail the job, then they all die to insanity. That's a worse fate than what they have now.
You
Vorum
see,
kind of.
you see, okay, when you say that, another manifestation, the emerald to your right.
Gosh darn it, these dragons!
But if you live through this, your new gain gifts can shape you on who you want to be fully to your own disclosure. No god, as you seem to be fearful of them, have an opinion about it.
Let me see it though. What's fate turned me into? Kind of like it's like kind of almost at like a sick smile. He finds a terrible situation almost funny.
Vorum kind of looks at you for a second, gives a pause. Well,
Look,
come the end of this, if we are still alive, which kind of shrugs, is debatable in the first place, you'll just have to decide what you want to be. What
that's
you were, or what you are. And then he kind of shrugs again. I'd know what I'd pick, but it's up to you.
kind of clenches the helmet at that statement, throws it against the wall. But what's the point of a weapon when there's no war to be fought?
To prevent wars? And he has a kind of a genuinely surprised look.
Okay, that's not what I'm saying. Or people don't just die and come back.
Some do. Those are considered the lucky ones. While you, on the other hand, seem to be bitter about this fate.
You get it. I'm held on course. This is where I'm going to end up, no matter what I do about it. The thing is, I'm out of my depth here. Once this dragon thing is gone, what use will fate have for me then? Who's to say it won't just end there? Death finally catches up with me. What's to say that once all of this is over, I don't just finally kick the bucket?
Vorm is
Leave you
going
guys all
to
behind.
frown. Not with concentration, but with probably a sense of frustration. Then you'll have closure. Then you won't have to wonder about who you are, or what you were, or what you'll be, or your purpose. You, Terry, have opportunity. A lot of opportunity. Opportunity that people would kill for. That they would throw their lives away for. And yet, you seem to think of it as a terrible curse, as a weight, as a burden. I struggle to see it that way. And while I cannot imagine what you might have experienced, or what you might feel, I can say that to my own weary, half-blind, stupid eyes, and he has quite a deathly look about him, at least some of this is a burden of your own making.
Looks somewhat intrigued by that.
I gesture over towards the small damage to the wall. You seem intent.
Sure.
You seem intent on carving your path in a direction it simply won't go. You seem to be reluctant to take the paths that are in front of you. the easier paths. Again, and I gesture over towards the door. Now, what you do with your life or lives is up to you. But you can spend it breaking yourself apart, trying to smash a hole in a direction you don't really understand. Or you can chase after the things that you care about. It's up to you what you want to do. But I have spent a very long time of my very short life achieving very little. Banging my own head against a wall. I wouldn't recommend it. If you want to make something of yourself, if you have something or someone you care about, then go after it. And I gesture towards the door. But I won't, and no one else will, try to drag you away from a path that leads nowhere if you set yourself down it. And with that, Vorum will stand from this stool and head over towards the door.
Harry kind of gets up, and he starts walking over to the helmet he threw previously. Nope, Vorm. I don't get it yet, how you can trust fate. All it's ever done for me is, well... he looks at his hand. Well, I guess we played Tango to bit ourselves. But, whatever happens, I made a promise. He kind of puts the helmet on. I said I'd see it through the end to you. I'm out of my feelings. I'll see it to the end.
Vorum nods and takes a few more steps towards the door and then stops and turns around and says, by the way, what I said earlier about you both having unique personalities. Well, if I were to say you're as stubborn as that wall, it would be a bit of an understatement, and that probably goes for her too. I wouldn't cut ties just yet. But that's up to you. And with that, I'll shrug. And I'll head out.
Harry kind of takes like 5 minutes to tighten up the room or the remnants of it. And
Vorum downstairs, listening for the punches start.
You see Hannah's eating the weapons, and Terry.
I need a muffin. Give me a muffin.
Yeah. The dragons seem to be like kind of listening to all Warren's speech, and as you are left alone, the Sapphire just kind of perks up and kind of looks at you, but kind of stare more at the helmet. Maybe out there somewhere, few souls of standing, staring at a wall, her fists clenched in her own blood.
I have a question for you.
Yeah, she kind of perks up, looks at you.
Can we trust fate?
The older you become, the different perspective of fate becomes. Fate is not this wall because it can be easily broken with the right tool. So can be fate. There is no grand fate because all things will die. But we make ourselves fates so we believe that there is purpose. Look at us both. She kind of looks towards her brother and looks back at you. Millennius, somewhere that has not been a reality for millennia as well. Is this our fate? Is this the grand design? Or we just wish to stay here? We're too stubborn to do otherwise. Maybe the time will come when we will also decide to leave beyond when we should have long time ago.
You know, repeating the cycle of staying still like this, it gets me to your point, and then that's pep talk enough for me to move on. There's slight smirk under the mask. I don't know whether they can see or sense that or not, but it's there. We'll see where this takes us. You know, I don't know if this fate thing is real. I don't know if it could be trusted, but I do know it's not giving me much of a choice. But I could have worse company. Kind of thinks to the party.
The emerald one just kind of looks kind of almost pissed at you, Terry. As you see, he picks up the lance from the ground. And you see now it's in his hands.
He's holding lights. He's the chosen one.
As he says, if you're bothered about this fate, then carve one yourself. As he chucks the spear at the wall, and the wall immediately crumbles. And now about 4 feet of wall is just missing. And Vorum, you just hear a sudden sound of rumble.
Like, oh well, I gave it a shot. Eats muffin. I must drown out other concerns.
Yeah. So yeah,
what?
you basically see your lance on the hallway stuck in the floor through the hole in the wall, and yeah, you're still
Hole's
missing.
broken.
You're still are missing an arm.
Ow! It still hurts.
Yeah, Vorm couldn't really help you with that. You should probably
no,
go
that's
to
out of
like
his
a
depth.
temple or something.
So
Yeah.
with that, it's been 3 hours. I think I'm gonna call it.
Mhm.
Can I have one
sure.
more thing I want to
Sure.
pitch up. Question here. Can I actually grab the lance with my other hand?
Yes, you can.
Yeah. I do that, walk downstairs and say to Vorm, wall's broken. You look in much better spirits now.
You see Hannah. Hannah.
Vorm's just like,
Hannah over a sudden panic while still munching on a muffin, saying, "Why would you do that?"
He motions with his hands, like shrugging, and then the bloody pulp of the other hand just becomes evident. I don't know.
Vorum just kind of nods internally. He's like, I don't think you understood what I was trying to teach you, but okay, yeah, sure.
It's like I just needed to hit it harder.
Okay.
I'm
Wow.
almost
Okay.
joking at that comment.
So, with that, we're gonna call it. So, Vorum, for your little amazing speech, you are granted the Mark of Teal.
Oh,
Yeah.
everyone clapped.
And then everybody clapped. Where's my red and gold?
Here's my ready.
I'm not gonna turn it down.
So yeah. Anything you want to say before I'm shutting the stream down with no survivors in 20 seconds?
I think after that speech, I don't have much left to
Progress.
say.
Except not.
I look forward to what happens with Callie next session.
Oh my god.
You're in for it.
Oh no!
Angry bee noises.
Angry bee noise. Ah.